Today on DNVR Buffs Live, we uncover the path to Travis Hunter winning the Heisman. What stats does he need to have? Does anyone else need to do anything or not do anything? We dive into that, and as well as we take another look at our bye week awards from last time and see if there's anything that needs to be updated. Let's dive in. Let's go.
Squad.
Welcome in to DNVR Buffs Live. Coming to you from the Toyota Lounge, driven by your Front Range Toyota Stores. Toyota, the official vehicle of DNVR. Thursday on the bye week. One more show and we finally make it through. Vibe check. How we doing?
Doing great. Ready for, honestly, ready for tomorrow night's college football game more than anything, but ready for this whole weekend of college football to get going.
Yeah, man, the vibes are immaculate, man. We're loving it.
Hell yeah. We're going to do Big 12 picks today. We're going to go back over our first bye week awards and see if we need to make any changes. An update on the helmet communication devices. But we start today with Travis Hunter, the Heisman. What does he have to do to win this thing in November? What is the path to the Heisman Trophy for him? As it currently stands, as of yesterday, Dillon Gabriel is the front runner to win at plus 260, Cam Ward at plus 270, Travis at plus 330, Ashton Jeanty at plus 400. Everyone else a long way behind after that.
And I actually saw another book that won't be named that had Travis tied with Gabriel for the favorite. And so that's where I start with Travis Hunter's path, is that there's no one in that path. You feel me? Like, there's no one between Travis Hunter and the Heisman.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Travis Hunter's path to the Heisman is all about him. It's kind of like when when you control your own destiny. Like, unfortunately, Iowa State and BYU both right now, all they got to do is win. Mm-hmm. They're going to the Big 12 championship. And I guess beyond that, they even control their destiny to the college football playoff. That's how I feel about Travis. He doesn't need Jeanty to have a bad game. I really don't think he does. He just needs Travis Hunter to keep having Travis Hunter games.
Yeah. No, I agree with you, bro. I completely agree with you. This is all, like Coach Prime says, right? You don't got to be extra. You don't got to be special. You just got to be you. And that applies to Travis Hunter with this Heisman conversation. Just looking at his stats, right? He has 60 catches for 757 yards and 8 tugs already this season on offense. Is there a path that he finishes this season with 100 catches?
Yes.
He needs 40 more, 4 games left.
10 a game.
I think that's very plausible, don't you think?
I think it is.
And I feel like if he finishes with 100 catches, call it 1,250 receiving yards, 12 receiving touchdowns.
Yeah.
I don't see how you don't give him the Heisman. Again, assuming Colorado as a team continues to take care of business. And again, that's not even mentioning what he's doing on defense. I think 2 more interceptions would really help lock this thing up. And again, I think he's going to have plenty of opportunities with a pass-heavy Texas Tech team. We know Alan Bowman likes to throw the ball to the other team as well, Oklahoma State's quarterback. So he's going to have opportunities. And again, I agree with you. It's all really about what Travis does and how the Buffs continue to fare as a team here moving forward. Because, yeah, Dillon Gabriel is the favorite right now. And if Oregon continues to win, he'll be in the conversation. But again, Travis is doing stuff that we've never seen before. And if he continues to do it over the next month, he's going to be the guy.
Most outstanding player in college football. pretty obvious right now. The Buffs are in the conversation for the Big 12. They're winning. So he's just got to keep doing what he's doing. He's already, surpassed some of his totals from last year on the defensive side of the ball, at least in terms of passes defensed. And then, of course, the forced fumble. He had 3 interceptions last year, as Scott said, a couple more, and I think that he definitely solidifies his case, but it's not even a question, man. He's the best player in the country. We got to stop this Dillon Gabriel stuff at the top, too.
What is going on? What is going on?
I don't know.
Bro, I told you, bro. They gonna want to give it to a quarterback on a winning team, bro. And Dillon Gabriel is the latest contestant. That's just how it goes. And y'all know that.
I know that. At the same time, there's no buzz around Dillon Gabriel.
No.
I would expect to at least get your name in the conversation. You got to have some buzz, some people talking about you.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I watch all this stuff now because I want to see what they're saying about Colorado. I swear I went years without ever watching a national show talk anything. But now I watch them. No one is talking about Dillon Gabriel.
No.
And I don't really know if it's deserved. He's good.
Good. And the numbers are that. They're good.
Yeah.
18 passing touchdowns to 5 interceptions. That doesn't really scream a Heisman Trophy winner. He's not really doing anything with his legs either. He has 97 rushing yards on the season.
What is happening?
Rory's got better stats than him, too.
No doubt.
I know.
And I see somebody saying in the comments as well, I agree. What's the case for Dillon Gabriel being ahead of Cam Ward?
No one's making
on the Heisman.
That's what I mean. I guess maybe
I don't know.
what we have to realize is Vegas's job is to set odds on things. They're trying to make money.
Yeah.
There might be protecting a little bit against what you're talking about, which is that if Oregon goes undefeated and gets the number 1 seed in the college football playoff, do voters feel some sort of internal pressure of how are we not going to give it to this quarterback who is undefeated and blah, blah, blah?
They will feel that pressure.
I don't think that applies this year. But I do think that we are maybe overvaluing the fact that Vegas is just setting up a little bit of protection for themselves here.
Yeah.
Not going to allow people to get great odds on a quarterback who is going to be favored to go undefeated this season. So maybe we're worrying about that a little bit too much because when it comes down to it, the conversations that are happening, which I was talking about, are not no one is standing on no one's pounding the table for Dillon Gabriel. Literally no one.
No.
Except for probably an Oregon fan somewhere.
And honestly, Buff fans who want Travis Hunter obviously to win the Heisman Trophy, you probably rooting against Oregon rooting against Oregon. At least hopefully they drop a game. And looking at the schedule,
it's probably this weekend is the last chance.
Quite literally.
And
they got
it's not
Michigan,
even a good chance.
Maryland, Wisconsin, and Washington to close the regular season.
I guess weird things can happen in rivalry games, and Washington's a rivalry.
No doubt. That could be interesting. Yeah, last game of the year, that could be interesting.
But look at Bo Nix's stats last year. Those are Heisman-worthy stats.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dillon Gabriel's not anywhere close, dude.
No.
Even the one thing that Dillon Gabriel has going for him that is actually, I think we're talking about is his completion percentage.
Mm-hmm.
Bo has a higher completion percentage or had a higher completion percentage last year at 77.4. Gabriel's at 76.2 right now.
Yeah.
So he's not even the best Oregon quarterback of the last few years.
The last calendar year.
Yeah.
Back to Travis. I'm just looking at what I think the baseline is, and I think that these numbers are very, very easy to eclipse. I think he needs to get to 1,000 yards.
Yep.
He is less than 250 away. I think he needs to get to 10 touchdowns. He's 2 away. I don't know. Obviously, we have no idea how to package defensive stats. But I think that if he essentially stays on the pace that he's on right now, which is he'll end around somewhere around 30, 35 tackles, you assume he would get 1 more interception to get him to 3 and 3 more passes defense to get him to 10. We're talking about 10 passes defense, 3 interceptions, 1,000 yards receiving, 10 touchdowns, and, in the games that he's played, a 95% snap rate. I think that all of that is enough for them to just be throw their hands up and be look, this is one-of-one type stuff, how could you not give it to him?
Yep. No, I agree, man.
And that's me setting the bar as low as I possibly can. I think Travis eclipses all of that easily.
And also, too, currently, Travis Hunter leads the Big 12 in receiving touchdowns by himself. He also leads the Big 12 in pass deflections by himself. If both of those things continue, if both of those things are facts at the end of the year, I don't see the case not to vote him as a Heisman Trophy. And also, too, right, we sometimes, or at least I like to think about it sometimes, that really good quarterbacks make the guys around them better.
Yep.
Correct?
Yep.
You can say the same thing for Travis Hunter.
Oh, absolutely.
Robert Livingston, defensive coordinator of the Buffs, pretty much said as much yesterday. I asked him about the secondary yesterday, and he gets to talking about Travis, which obviously is a big part of it. But Livingston said yesterday, quote, anytime you have a guy like Travis who works the way he works, it's going to rise everybody else's level. If your best player isn't your hardest worker, it's hard to have a culture. Travis is our culture. He's a standard. So when everybody tries to be Travis, you're going to be pretty good. And again, the proof is in the pudding, too, when you look at the other cornerbacks on this team. Yep. DJ McKinney and Preston Hodge are second behind Travis in the Big 12 in pass deflections, right? We talked, ad nauseum almost about Colton Hood, who's been balling as a young guy at that cornerback room as well. Travis Hunter is having the same impact on this defense that a great quarterback has on an offense, and that can't be discounted either.
Yep. Dillon Gabriel, Cam Ward, or Ashton Jeanty. Who's the biggest threat to Travis Hunter's Heisman campaign?
Shedeur Sanders.
Really? You think so?
No, Ashton Jeanty is the biggest threat. And really, to me, it just comes down to, does he break the record? And
he's 100 yards behind Barry Sanders right now.
Well, and that's the thing, and he's trending down, just in terms of production, which is expected at the rate that he's touching the football.
Yep.
Your body is going to wear down over time with that heavy of a workload. I mean, over 30 carries last week against a really tough defense. I know he was hurting after that. And, he's got to go back at it tomorrow. Like, if he doesn't break Barry's record, I think his chances go to basically zero. And that's the best chance. I mean, Cam Ward obviously is having a special season at Miami and is going to be kind of like credited with bringing the U back, which is worth something. But I honestly think that in the end, voters are going to want to vote for Travis Hunter. Mm-hmm. And I know that maybe we don't see eye to eye on that, but like, I think that this is such a special occasion in college football that you can just say like, this guy needs to be in the club. Travis Hunter he deserves to be talked about for decades and decades in college football. And if you put him in this club, you guarantee that like every time you're thinking about the greats in college football and the special things that people have done, you talk about Travis Hunter. And I think really when push comes to shove and people are looking down at these stat sheets, and I don't even know if they watch film, but like watching film, they're just going to be like, how could you not give it to him?
Yep.
As long as something really crazy doesn't happen from a numbers perspective, like Barry's record going down.
I mean, Barry's record is 26-28. That was done in 11 games.
I know.
26-28's the record?
Yeah, in 11. Wow. Ashton Jeanty through 7 games.
Like halfway there.
And
yeah, that's crazy. He's not even really
7 games. He's at 1376, and then of course college football postseason games count towards these records and stuff. But
yeah, so he's gonna get 13 games
at least
versus Barry's 11. Mm-hmm. Oh, and I guess, but I'm talking about before the voting. So maybe he's only getting 12.
Yeah. So when does the voting include?
It doesn't include conference championship.
Okay. So then he's just gonna get 12
He's gonna
games.
get 12. Yep.
So he's got to double his production basically in 5 games.
Are they going to project though? Are they going to be sitting there and saying, well, he's got the conference championship game and probably a playoff game after that?
See, if these are the conversations they're having, Charles Woodson, someone needs to put their foot down, just go, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
We're projecting stats?
Yeah.
Because just to make a case against this other guy?
But and even that should end the argument at all. It's not about stats.
Of course.
It's about who is the most outstanding.
Right. That's been obvious.
Yep. All right, let's take our first break. And shout out to the homies at Game Time. No Buffs game this weekend. But there's a lot of games going on. Are the Broncos here? We're out of town, right? Broncos are out of town too. So
In Baltimore?
they are in Baltimore. Wherever you are, though, because I know you guys are all over the country, world, actually, listening to this show. Hit up our friends at Game Time if you want to go to college football game, NFL game, NBA, NHL. It's the all-sport season right now. Concerts, events, use Game Time picks. You can see the view from your seat, find the best deals in the stadium, and much more. Download the app, create an account, use the promo code BUFFS, BUFFS, for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code BUFFS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it?
Game time. Also, shout out to Kurz Lot. A lot of people are saying that Thursday is the new Friday. A lot of people are saying that it's Halloween. One could be true, both could be true. I don't know. But either way, if either are true, it means it's a great night for a Kurz Light. Maybe like when you go, if you're taking your kids trick or treating tonight, when you go to the door and they get candy, just like ask, the dad on the other side, like, hey, you got a Kurz Light for me? Hook it up. And parents deserve to trick or treat too. And if that happens at your house, you should have a Kurz Light to give to a mother or father who is trick or treating with their kids.
This guy's just a revolutionary, man. Changing Halloween, I love it.
So if you want some delivered to your door so you can have it on deck for when parents swing by your place tonight, go to kurzlight.com/DNVR and Instacart can deliver it straight to your door. But no matter what you're doing, make sure you do it responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Last thing on the Heisman race before we touch back on these bye-week awards we did about a month ago. What does Shedeur have to do to enter the conversation? Or can he enter the conversation?
I think he has entered the conversation this week.
Yeah.
The odds don't say so.
I know. But I'm talking about the conversation, and I've heard people talking about him more than Dillon Gabriel.
Heismans are made in November.
Yeah, no, it's, to me, 4-0 in this month. An average of over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns a game.
He needs to have like one massive game.
Yeah, no,
like
for sure.
TCU level.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That
plus.
is really how he gets like thrown into the heart of the conversation is like a 450 and 5.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I just think that if he were to put up an average of 303 throughout here, so that would be another 1,200 yards on top of what he's got right now and 12 touchdowns. That gets him to what? 35 touchdowns?
I don't have it up right
Anyways,
now.
I think that gets him to New York.
He's at 21.
So that gets him to 34 plus 3 rushing.
Yep.
37. Continue to not turn the ball over like he did this last week. So 37 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. And how many yards does he have?
2591.
So, and 3,700 yards. Yeah, I think that gets him to New York.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree, bro. Yeah, 4-0 month with, that stuff that you mentioned. He's got to be top 3 or 4 guy at that point, you would think.
Yeah. Again, he just needs to have a big game, TCU level, I think, and then he could skyrocket up these rankings because they're very, very fluid.
And he's going to have opportunities again. This Texas Tech defense, they're used to seeing opposing quarterbacks ball out against them.
Well, and let me just say this about Shedeur, because I don't think he cares about this really at all. I think it would be really cool for him to go to New York, but maybe the number one thing hurting Shedeur's Heisman campaign right now is how good Colorado has been at running the football in the red zone.
Right.
How many rushing touchdowns do they have as a team right now?
Oh, man. They have...
I thought you had the stats just right in front of you.
These are all different pages, though.
Sorry.
They
Isaiah's got 3.
I actually have the stats right in front of me.
10 rushing touchdowns. 3 for Isaiah, 3 for Shedeur, 3 for Micah, and 1 for Dallin.
Yeah, I mean, if you... Obviously, you count his rushing touchdown to his total, but then there's 7 more out there that, like, if he was at 28 passing touchdowns right now, I know you can't take them all. But I'm just saying, like, they've done a lot of good work running the ball on the goal line,
true.
Which has been great, and I think Shedeur would tell you he loves.
Yep.
But it does take numbers away from him, and I think that he's fine with that.
And honestly, I think I'm ready to say it right now that I think Shedeur is going to have his biggest game out of the bye against Texas Tech. The more that I think about it, again, going back to the idea that if you give Shedeur an extra week to prepare for an opponent coming out of the bye week, you give him 2 weeks to look at this defense and watch film and parse and find tendencies and whatnot, he's shown that he has the ability to ball in those situations. And I think, again, against a defense that has been Swiss cheese at times, to say the least, I think this is a spot where Shedeur is going to have his best statistical game in the season against Texas Tech.
Let's go.
Putting on record.
He could have had it last game.
He could have.
He could have thrown for 500 against Cincy.
100%.
And honestly, I think again it's a testament to how little he cares about that stuff. That they just went out there, ran the ball, got their kind of boring second half win.
Yeah.
Because if they wanted to pad stats, they could have gone out there and padded stats in the second half.
Yeah.
And it even goes back to me reminds me of the moment against Arizona where he's joking with Bucky, should I throw the behind the back pass?
Yeah.
And then he doesn't do it. And Bucky's like, man, you scared. And he said, I am scared, man. The only thing I'm worried about right now is guaranteeing we win this game.
Oh, God.
And I think that's exactly where he's at. Like, not that anyone's trying to pad stats in this game, but I think the Stanford game still, like, lives in the minds of everyone. Like, we cannot fool around at all. We just got to stack dubs.
Yep. All right, let's revisit these mid-season awards. Scott, you'll have to give your, I guess, picks, because we already kind of gave ours, obviously.
Say less.
This was during the first bye week, so after the Baylor game? After UCF.
Mm-hmm.
After the UCF game.
Yeah. Yep.
Offensive player, we both went with Shedeur. That was pretty case in point. We mentioned LaJohntay.
Travis.
Of course, Travis, but that's kind of where we landed. Who would you throw up?
I mean, Shedeur is a very obvious answer. I'm going to save him for another one later, and I'm going to give it to Jordan Seaton just because he's been absolutely dominant as a true freshman. I mean, week after week, PFF just loving on this man for what he's doing, obviously, as a pass blocker. And then, again, what I've seen him do to open up a touchdown lane for Isaiah Gustav last week, pulling. I mean, that's just beautiful football. So I think Seaton, again, that was the biggest concern, at least offensively, for this team, right? Going into this season, the protection of Shedeur Sanders. Jordan Seaton is the biggest reason why Shedeur has been much better protected. And he's already the best offensive lineman on the team.
Well, and just
after 8 games of college football.
Crazy,
and it's no shade to nobody else, but Seaton is just really like that.
What's crazy to me about just how good this football team is you could give this. I think you could make an argument for 4 people to receive this.
100%.
Travis, Shedeur, Seat, and LaJohntay.
Definitely.
Like,
We talked a lot about Jordan.
remember last year when we did the bye week awards when we were doing the defensive player and we literally couldn't.
Like, damn.
We were just like,
we owe it.
we picked Omari.
We picked
and Cooper.
Omari and Cooper.
Wow.
Yeah. He was balling.
And Travis, I think Travis was off the board or something along those lines.
I think he was already
Or just
hurt.
he couldn't play. Yeah.
Defensive player. You went with Travis, RK. I went with Cam. I think it was between those two guys, really. That's all we really threw out there.
Well, no, I think we talked about Nakai a little bit too.
Oh, we did. You did mention Chidoze as well, too. So who would you throw up?
I thought about Cam for sure, but I went with Nakai. I mean, what he's done since becoming the starter after week 1, completely, in my opinion, transforming this run defense. I mean, other guys deserve credit too. Bent, Chidoze, some of the other guys up front. But Nakai just instilled a different identity with this defense that wasn't there last year or even in the first half of week 1 of the NDSU game. Nakai just brings a different mentality to this defense in the middle of this defense that it really needs. And I feel like he's one of the biggest reasons that this defense is dominant at times so far this year.
Another one where obviously Travis, obviously Cam, I think Nakai. I think you could make a case for Block Bully. It's just crazy how many players are playing really, really great this season.
No doubt.
Newcomer. We combined transfers and recruits into one award. We both easily went with Jordan Seaton. I think there's a lot of newcomers who have balled out and have made an impression. Colton Hood you can throw in there now at this point. Isaiah Gustav you can throw in there at this point. But again, Jordan Seaton is just not even as advertised. He's
Better
more
than advertised. Yeah.
There's a few of those guys on this roster.
Yeah.
Been better at that or ties. But yeah, I already used Seton, so y'all know who I'm going with. Y'all know who I'm going with as my
Number
new cover.
one, baby.
Number one, man. LeJounte Wester, man. I mean, I actually just saw this today. Matt Cisneros, a Buff fan.
Oh, yeah, that's my guy. We went to school together.
Hell of a stat today on LeJounte Wester. Did you guys see this?
I did.
LeJounte Wester beats his defender 87.2% of the time on routes past the sticks.
That is crazy.
First among FBS players who have run more than 200 routes. The boy is unguardable.
Yeah. Sometimes I watch the Nuggets and I'm like, what would happen if they just let Jokic shoot every time? What would happen if they just threw to LeJounte every time? Not that you have, that you can't, and Shedeur never would, but just let him run. You know,
It's as close as the automatic as this team has, or as is in football.
That's what Pat said
Shermer
yesterday.
said it's like calling a run play
Yeah.
when you dial up a pass for LeJounte Wester. And again, he's caught 18 of his last 19 targets from Shedeur Sanders.
Jeez, man.
I mean,
what's Travis's number on that? Because I know he was 9 of 9 last week.
I'm not sure about that, but
Well,
I
I
can.
guess no, because they didn't connect very much against Arizona.
Yeah, and I think even the week before, right, it was Kansas State. He was out of the game, so
Yeah.
numbers
Travis
won't look as
always
good.
has a very high percentage.
Yeah,
there,
no
though.
doubt.
But he's not. He's got 9 in a row right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so LeJounte Wester, probably my favorite player on the team. Love that guy.
I'm so excited to see him in one.
Me too.
Position coach. We basically shout out every position coach on this staff because they've all been doing so well. You went with Andre Hart though, and I went with D. Lou, Coach Lewis. I mean,
Who you got?
I love the D-Lou pick. And I wish you was able to talk to us in the media more, because whenever he's up at the podium, man, he always drops gems. I love
And
just
he was
watch him
cooking
talk.
when he came on this show.
Facts.
Yeah,
I
when he
believe
came on
it.
pregame, yeah.
I believe it. But no, I'm actually going with Kevin Mathis.
Yes. Okay. I was
Nice.
gonna say if you don't pick Kevin Mathis, I'm
Kevin
gonna shout him
Mathis,
out.
the coaching job that he's done with these cornerbacks. Again, we talked about it yesterday. The way Colton, DJ, Preston, and obviously Tressner balling at the cornerback room, and also too the fact that Robert Livingston never passes up a chance to give Coach Mathis his flowers.
Yeah.
Coach Livingston has said that Coach Mathis is kind of the red zone guru, right? If I'm not
Yep,
mistaken.
yep.
And this defense has been absolutely dominant in the red zone. They have the second best red zone percentage in the Big 12 from a defensive perspective. So Coach Mathis is doing a hell of a job.
Next was favorite Travis play so far.
Really quick, you got to give a shout out to Coach Phil as well.
Oh, yeah.
I know you said we could go through everyone, but just the way that he has juggled the rotation on that line, the different things that they've done to try and find the right mix, which it feels like they've got right now. The coaching of Philip Houston to get him ready.
Yep.
Dude's done a really, really, really good job.
He has. All these coaches have, though, honestly.
For real, for
They
real.
have.
Next was favorite Travis Hunter play. You went with the first touchdown against North Dakota State.
On the hitch
So
that he took to the
electric.
crib.
Yeah.
I went with the UCF interception.
Yeah.
Yeah.
two-
We
two
both
really good
mentioned the
picks.
Baylor forced fumble. We know that's it's iconic.
That's the
pretty
one,
much.
yeah.
I mean, it's right there.
It is. It's on the wall.
I would put his other touchdown catch against NDSU in the end zone.
When he's just getting mauled on the pylon. Yeah,
Yes,
crazy.
up there as well. But I think if I had to pick, I would go with the UCF interception as well. Like that's got to be the first play of his Heisman highlight tape. Like no doubt, that was unreal.
I might have to consider the touchdown at halftime last week.
Yeah.
The one where he does the splits.
Yeah.
Again, I
The fact
don't
that
know
he
how
was-
he didn't fall.
I know.
I don't know how he kept his balance and stayed
Crazy,
up.
dude.
And it's another one where it's like, man, if he goes down, it changes the game just
For
because
real.
Colorado has to call a timeout right there, which they did have, I think. But either way, they would have had time to go spike it. And they probably have to kick a field goal.
Yep.
And so instead of a 10-point lead, it's a 6-point lead.
Nope. That was
Crazy.
a massive play, man.
Yep.
Next was favorite Shedeur play, real quickly. You picked the Baylor. What do I call this? A Hail Mary? What do I call
Yes. Yes.
Hell yeah. Why wouldn't you?
There's been a lot of
this? Yeah.
tug of war about whether it was actually a Hail Mary or a designed play. It doesn't matter.
That's a Hail Mary. In that situation,
It's
clock
just easy.
expired.
There's no other word for it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a conversation around that.
I
but
picked the North Dakota State dart to LeJounte, where Shedeur does the Shedeur thing of rolling out
yeah.
backside. He's getting chased. He steps out of one sack and then
Yeah.
stops, sets his feet, and then delivers a strike to LaJonte down the middle of the field. What would you go with?
There are a
Scott?
couple different scrambles that I can't think of right now. One being in the NDSU game, one being in the Baylor game as well. But Hail Mary has to be probably the answer. But if I'm giving another one too, his touchdown to Jimmy in the NDSU game, where he gets popped as soon as he delivers the ball and just
On
hits
the
Jimmy
post.
right in stride, right in the middle of the field. He takes it, 67 yards or whatever to the crib.
Yep.
Amazing
All right.
stuff.
Well, we got 2 more left. We'll finish those on the other side of this break. Shout out to our friends over at Sleeper, the homies, the best fantasy football app out there, the most customizable fantasy football app out there. If you're on another platform and you've been thinking maybe it's time to switch up, we got to go on to Sleeper. You can do that, and you can import your entire league history onto Sleeper, so you don't even lose all the stats, all the titles, all that stuff.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
Sick.
it's super cool. Check out Sleeper Picks as well. If you're in one of 25 states that it's operational in, you can make picks more or less, anytime touchdowns, more or less yardage, completion, attempts, all kinds of cool stuff, and make a nice combo. If you think you have what it takes, download the Sleeper app. Use the promo code BUFFS, BUFFS, to get up to a $100 match on your first deposit. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. Currently operational in over 25 states. Check out Sleeper today.
Also, shout out to Promotico. If you're looking for a beautiful custom vehicle to take you around the country like they have done for us, you got to check out our friends over at Promotico. They did an incredible job with this thing, man. The interior of it is luxurious. The ride is smoother than the first one we took to Lincoln.
Oh, by far.
The amenities in there, like the TVs, the couches, everything's comfortable. And again, I can't say enough about the great job they did wrapping the bus and making it look beautiful. So if you're looking for something similar, go to promotico.net. That's PROMOTOCO.net, 678-208-3436, or you can find them on Facebook.
Okay, real quickly, because we got some stuff to get to. The last 2 points in the next 3 games. That was Kansas State, Arizona, Cincinnati. You said 99. I said 112.
It's such a random question, by the way.
That
Points in the next 3
that
games,
was
but I
all
like
okay.
it. I like it, though.
That was all okay.
I just simply think
Hold
that
on, hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
The number was
Oh, yeah.
96.
I was going to say, I got to be so close.
Wow.
You were so close, dude.
Damn.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Was there a missed field goal in there? I don't think there was. Good job,
No, I
Mano.
don't think there was.
I was just going to say that, and I can complain about it.
They, I don't know, made it happen on the K-State final drive, then you would have been a lot closer.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They would have surpassed it.
Yep.
Damn. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
This team is like a walking 34 points a game to me, so I simply just multiplied 34 times 3, and my answer of 102 is what I'm submitting.
Retroactively.
MVP of the season, I think we did non-Travis Hunter picks because it's Travis Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
So RK said Cam, and I said Jordan Seaton.
Yep, this is where I was saving Shedeur. MVP.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Wait, did we say no
We probably did.
Travis Horshador? I'm
Probably,
assuming.
but
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Stay
deserves
with
it. Well, and actually, I was talking on the radio today about this, and we were just talking about Travis and Shedeur, and I was saying how I believe Travis should win the Heisman Trophy, but that where would this team be without Shedeur Sanders? If they just had in baseball they use the term replacement level,
right.
a replacement level quarterback, college football quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we would be clawing and scraping to hopefully get a bowl game after the next 4 games.
Yep. Right. Next thing.
And
also-
that's not to take anything away from the rest of this team, but think about the plays and the type of stuff that Shedeur does on a weekly basis.
Yeah, bro.
I said it after North Dakota State. I said I don't think they win this game if any other quarterback in the country is their quarterback. And I felt the same way about the Baylor game.
Yeah, bro.
For sure.
Again, I felt the Baylor game was his best game. and people I call some heat for that. But again, being sacked as many times as he was that game, being pressured as many times as he was in that game, and continue to make play after play down the stretch, including the Hail Mary. And we just also got to be blessed to live in a world where Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter are homies and play on the same football team.
Yes, for sure, man.
Because there's a world maybe where Travis Hunter is just as good as he is now, but he's just playing with a mid quarterback somewhere else, or just a regular quarterback somewhere else, and we don't get to really see how special both of these guys are. So thankful for that, no doubt.
You know what we never get to, I actually talked about this on the radio today too. You know, we never get to see Travis Hunter make a crazy catch on offense because Shedeur's always putting it in the right spot.
All darts.
Exactly. Darts only. Like we've seen a couple like diving catches. But the ball's still like on plane of where it needs to be. You never see like Travis get to like reach back with one hand or anything because he never has to.
Like Will Shepherd at Vandy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. All right. We talked about this yesterday. That the Big 12 basically asked for all their in-helmet communication devices back.
Bro, I'm
so sketchy.
Gee, I'm not gonna lie. When I rewatched the episode yesterday, your reaction to him saying that had me dead, bro. When you just
That's why I saved this.
He's
stuff.
like, bro, like what? That shit had me crying. But go ahead.
But anyways, this came out today. ESPN reported no games have been compromised by unsecured helmet comms. So no cheating accusations. The Big 12 says no foul play.
So they say.
We're good.
But also, too, they specifically said no Big 12 games for compromise, which leaves.
But then I got a notification last night.
Nebraska.
Right. That's where I was going.
But then I got an ESPN notification like an hour after the show that all Power 4 conferences asked for their in-helmet stuff.
Yeah, they had to check on the Big Ten too after those cheating sons of. By the way, Kay pointed out the NDSU catch was a crazy catch for Travis, and actually, that was a crazy catch that happened because Shedeur didn't put the ball in the perfect place, but it was also because he was attacked.
Literally assaulted.
He was.
And there's still no flag, which is crazy.
Of course not.
But Shedeur could have put that a little more outside, I suppose.
All right, picks. Week 10, Big 12 picks.
Why are we picking today, Jake?
Why are we picking today? Is because we're going to have a guest tomorrow.
Oh.
Interesting.
Also, Dre was supposed to be on this show today. Thoughts and prayers to Jerry.
Wait, hold on. Don't we always do picks on Thursday?
We do, but
That's because we normally have pregame Friday.
Yeah.
Got it.
But shout out to Dre, though. He'll be back soon.
Dre dropped his opportunity. Hate to see it.
He'll be back Monday. We got 5 games. You do the math. What is that? 6 teams on bye? I don't know.
Sure.
Yeah, sounds about right.
That's too many buys. What are we doing?
We are going to start off with Arizona and UCF. The Wildcats coming into UCF.
Oh, man.
Both programs, man. I mean, geez. They've had better days.
A win for either of these teams is going to hit like crack.
Arizona's on a 4-game losing streak.
Yep.
UCF
I do believe.
also they're on a 5-game win.
Yeah, that's what I'm
streak.
saying, bro. Both of these teams need a win.
I don't want to get too deep into the weeds on the Big 12 tiebreaker scenarios, but I was messing around with the calculator last night. I do believe it is better for Colorado for Arizona to win this game.
There you go. So we got a rooting guide
Yep.
parameters now too. The line is UCF -6 at home.
They Denver at the crib every week.
Seems like it.
For real.
What is UCF's record since Colorado broke them?
That was their first loss. They have lost 4 straight since then, with the Colorado being game the first of 5 straight losses.
So they've lost 5 in a row. Arizona's lost 4 in a row.
Yes.
Holy smokes.
I'm gonna go with Arizona still for some reason. I still think they have the better quarterback. That's the only tiebreaker I can give you right now. Give me the Cats.
What a bad game.
Although UCF was kind of hanging with BYU earlier in that game last week.
The question is just, can UCF run the ball? And I think they probably can. But because it's a toss-up for me and it's better for the Buffs if Arizona wins, I'll take Arizona.
I don't know, man. 6 is too much. Give me Arizona. Next one. Relevant for the race for the Big 12. But I don't know how much resistance Kansas State's going to get from Houston this weekend. The line is 13.5 for the Wildcats on the road going to Houston. Houston had their moments.
Yeah.
They got the win over Utah last week. They've won 2 out of the last 3 with wins over Utah and TCU, but they did allow 42 points to Kansas in between those 2 wins. Again, the line is 13. Just 13 to the road Wildcats.
Give me the Cats.
Okay, yeah. Unfortunately, yes. I swear I was watching a game at one point this year. It must have been this TC. No, he didn't even really play in that. I swear I was watching a game this year, and I was like, man, Houston's quarterback's got a little something to him. And then I went and just looked at the stats, and he's got 4 touchdowns to 8 interceptions and 867 yards passing. So it must have just been a good drive that I saw. Yeah, it's going to be tough. It would take some sort of miracle for Houston to win this game. Give me the Cats.
Same. Next one.
Even 13.5. The fact that the spread's only 13.5 gives me a little bit of hope.
Of
that Houston could win.
Oh.
Like, because I honestly, when I saw this matchup, I was like, okay, this is going to be like 23.5 point spread.
That's what I think it should be. I think it's a bit small.
Yeah.
Next one. We're going to Stillwater here. Arizona State gets Sam Leavitt back at quarterback this weekend, and they are on the road to take on the Oklahoma State Cowboys. ASU did drop their last game to Cincy. They were on bye last week, obviously, with the Buffs playing Cincy, so they get that week off. They get Sam Leavitt back. Cam Scatterbo still doing his thing. The line is Arizona State minus 3.5 in Stillwater.
Another one where this is better for the Buffs if Oklahoma State wins. Basically, anytime you see a matchup of a team that CU played versus a team that CU didn't play, you want the team that they do play to win the game. So again, I think this is kind of a toss-up. I'll go with the one that benefits us. I'll take the Cowboys.
I'm going to take the Cowboys as well on the upset here. That boy Ollie Gordon was getting asked this week about if he's going to shut it down for the season and whatnot. Damn. So I think he put together a performance because I feel like we haven't had a big Ollie Gordon game this year, right?
He's been banged up.
Unless I missed it.
He kind of got it going for a couple games. They pushed someone to the brink. BYU, I think he had a good game.
Right, yeah, you're right, he did. But yeah, I think this is an Ollie Gordon game. Give me Oklahoma State.
I'll take the Sun Devils. Getting Leavitt back is just game changing for them. They're a different team.
Yeah. Also, like a little bit of a roster construction mishap on their part. I really don't like when your starting quarterback goes down and your backup quarterback plays a completely different style of football.
Yes, I know.
I feel like it makes it really hard for your offense to maintain any type of rhythm.
True.
I agree. Next one. The TCU Horned Frogs are going on the road to Waco to take on the Baylor Bears. TCU, big win over Texas Tech last weekend. They're actually on a 2-game winning streak with wins over Utah and Texas Tech. And then Baylor also. They beat Texas Tech in a shootout 59-35, and they beat Oklahoma State 38-28. The line is Baylor minus 3.
That's your classic home 3.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's a toss-up game. Give me Baylor, though, based on the heels of their defense.
I'll also take Baylor.
Make it a clean sweep. I like Baylor. Sawyer Robertson at home. Give me the Bears.
All right. Last one, game of the week. Big 12 championship implications in this one. The Texas Tech Raiders heading on over to Ames, Iowa to take on the number 11 ranked Iowa State Cyclones. Of course, CU taking on Texas Tech next week. The line is Iowa State 13.5 point favorites at home.
Okay. Now hold on. Iowa State is favored to beat Texas Tech by the same amount of points that Kansas State is favored to beat Houston.
It's crazy.
Yep.
Somebody's got it wrong somewhere. I can promise you these games will not mirror each other. But I think Tech pulls off the upset. Iowa State has to lose at some point. I just refuse to believe that they're going undefeated. So they're going to slip up. They're going to have, something go wrong for them. And I think that comes this week.
Yeah.
And that is really going to put some juice into the matchup that the Buffs have next week with Texas Tech.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. Iowa State is going to have to lose eventually. I just don't think it's this weekend. I just got real questions about Texas Tech's defense, and I think Iowa State's offense is really high powered. They got multiple talented receivers, a valid running game. I like their quarterback, Rocco Becht, a lot. I like Iowa State in this spot at home.
I'm going to take Iowa State as well. I trust their defense way more than I trust Texas Tech's.
Yeah.
And Iowa State can score. Shout out to Select QB in the comments.
Shout out. By the way, Baron Morton has the same stats as Dillon Gabriel.
Baron Morton also not completely healthy.
Right, he's hurt, right? Yeah, a little bit
They
banged
said
up.
he's going to play.
Okay,
But they do have a 4-star top 300 quarterback waiting in the wings too. So
Really?
yeah.
How is their... Didn't Tech have like a really elite freshman wide receiver coming?
Yeah, I think Matthews is
Has he
his
been
name.
balling?
I haven't checked in on Tech yet. I do that on Monday.
Micah Hudson. No, he hasn't really been on
Hudson,
nothing.
that's who it is. Yep. All right, let's take our final break, and then we'll get to
8
the
catches,
Toyota chat.
123.
Yeah, not much.
Yeah.
What do you love?
What could it be? What could it be? I think I love my Toyota. Love my Toyota, man. This thing is just as reliable as it gets. It's like LeJontay Wester past the sticks. Reliability. Shedeur Sanders consistency. Travis Hunter features. It's got it all, man. I love my Toyota. It's best car I've ever owned. And if you want a Toyota of your own, I highly, highly recommend you go visit our friends at a Front Range Toyota store near you. AutoNation Toyota, Arapahoe and Centennial, Corwin Toyota in Boulder, Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mountain State Toyota in Denver, Stevenson Toyota East in Aurora, and Stevenson Toyota West in Lakewood. Toyota is a proud partner of CU Athletics and the official vehicle of DNVR.
Your boys scored points on Sunday. The Haas boys.
Let's go, baby.
And also shout out to our friends over at UC Health and their Ready, Set, Co challenge. Big emphasis on sleep. Don't sleep on sleep. Put your phone down. Set a bedtime. Whatever you got to do to just get better rest. Get that REM sleep.
REM sleep.
REM sleep. What?
Is it REM a band?
Yeah, I think.
I think so, too.
It's an abbreviation.
No, yeah, I feel you.
Anyways, it's the bye weekend. Enjoy the football, but also catch up on your sleep this weekend.
The game last weekend, literally, I still haven't recovered.
Yeah, it threw me for a
I've been
loop.
up past 2 a.m. every night this week.
Yep, me too.
I can't relate. Last week did kill me, I ain't gonna lie, but I've been sleeping. I've been KO'd before 1 a.m.
Be more like Scott. Don't be like me and RK. Get your sleep in. If you want to join the UC Health Ready Set Co Challenge with Coach Prime as the Chief Motivation Officer, head on over to the link in the show notes or go to www.uchealth.org/readysetco.
Hey, on some real stuff though, you done reading the ad?
Yeah, we're good. What's up?
Sorry?
I didn't get the actual answer before the show, bro. Is this do you have a costume on today or no? Oh, okay.
No, I just wore a beanie.
He was
Bro,
doing
Beanie Jaquan is just a whole different animal. Like,
I
bro,
thought
is he not giving you Marshall Mathers? Like,
I was getting
8 Mile vibes
Jesse
right
from
now.
Breaking Bad.
Jesse Pinkman?
I'm dead, bro.
I'll take that,
The
too.
beanie look is a look, man. I'm rocking with it.
No, I'm just, I don't know, bringing out like the fall. Like
It's the fall, bro.
clothes
It's time, bro.
and
I like
stuff.
it.
That's crazy, dude. Just shout out to Albuquerque rocking the Jesse Pinkman.
I wore the beanie a lot last year, and I never heard any of that.
It's true. It's just something about today.
I
Yeah.
don't know. All right, to the Toyota.
By
chat
the
we
way,
go.
I gotta tell you a banger line that I had today. So I go on this show on Sirius, Zach Gelb show, and the dude was wearing a costume, and he's like, I bet you this is the first time you've ever done an interview with someone wearing a Scooby-Doo costume talking about Colorado. And I said, yeah, usually when people are talking about Colorado, they wear a clown costume.
Yeah, that was fire.
Oh,
bro, he looked like an
Don't
undercover
put that
cop.
on me, Reese. Come on, dog. Damn. Reef, I thought we were boys, bro.
Oh my god.
We're light on the likes. Hit the like button. Get your questions in the chat. Science, bitch. All right. First question for
man.
Albert. What y'all gonna do this weekend? Can you make the screen bigger? Thank you. What you want to do this weekend? Host? No game.
Hosts, I'm guessing. I'm gonna do the same thing I do every weekend, which is just watch football all weekend.
Facts.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, also, I am. Allie and I are babysitting our godson for like overnight for the first time.
Oh,
So
better be on point.
big grown up weekend.
Yeah. SRS Productions asks, is there a tailgate going down in Lubbock?
We're working on it. So there's a lot of hurdles. But first and foremost, we need to know what time
Oh,
we
Yeah,
was
the
just gonna
6-day
say.
exception did not help us out there at all.
Yeah. So regardless, I would say we'll meet up somewhere. From what I remember of my short time that I've been in Lubbock, the stadium is like right in the mix. So maybe we just go informally to a bar near the stadium to meet up with people before the game.
To be determined. We'll let you know. Dave the Boss, do you think Livingston wants to raise his kids in Boulder, given Boulder is ranked 3rd or 4th in the country for quality of life, as well as winning a conference and national championship?
You should ask him.
I mean, yeah, I couldn't answer that.
But of course, everyone would want to raise a family there.
Coach Sanford's still here because of that factor.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it's truly an elite place to raise a family. So I think that plays a role, but there's a lot of other things that play a role.
Definitely. What's up, Alfredi? Would it be fair to include Travis's stats for all 3 years, including Jackson State? If my numbers are correct, he has over 2,000 plays on defense and offense combined. Of course it's fair. I mean, the dude is doing it both ways as a true freshman.
Yeah, absolutely. And, obviously that wouldn't play into the Heisman conversation, but it does play into the conversation of his greatness.
No doubt.
Shedeur the same way. I mean, people will want to throw those stats out when, we're talking about the draft and stuff this year, but you can't do that. And the stats that he has over a 4-year sample are going to be just remarkable when he puts the finishing touches on this year.
Yep. What's up, Elizabeth? Did you guys see Tyler Brown playing nose tackle on Well-Off? Could we see a gray shirt in the trenches? Eyeball emoji. I will respond with another eyeball emoji.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Interesting.
Next is Jay. RK, please give more wild food takes. Pizza with sauce is overrated, and we need to put ham in the burger. Jake's facial expressions and Scott's reactions priceless. We got a new show, DNVR Food.
I love that.
What do you got? Yeah, what do you got?
I got another one for you. I've said this
gosh.
one on the show before, but we got to get Scott's reaction because we know Scott's reaction to cream cheese on a burger. So what is Scott's reaction to cream cheese on pizza?
Oh God, not this again.
Bro, like actual like cream cheese you typically put on a bagel?
Yeah, bro.
But
Just
on a
like
pizza,
in
G?
like little like dollops. On
Come
your
on,
pizza.
Daisy Dollops. Bro, I don't.
You can't knock it till you try it. Do you like cream cheese on a bagel?
Not,
It was
not
fine.
really, bro.
Oh, you don't like cream cheese
Like,
on
I'm
a
not
bagel.
gonna
Well, then you're not
stand
gonna
on
like
it.
it.
Bro, I actually had, so I was at the Minnesota State Fair earlier this year in August, and I had a cream cheese garlic wonton.
Ooh,
Yeah.
now we're
And
talking.
that, listen to that, like, yeah, that John was fire. But aside from that, yeah, I don't really rock with cream cheese like that. Like, I love bagels, and I don't like
do you put
regular
on your
cream cheese.
bagels?
I put strawberry cream cheese on my bagel.
yeah.
You feel me?
Jalapeno
Like,
cream cheese,
I
bro.
don't like regular like white cream cheese. Like, I don't know, that just rubs me the wrong way. I'm not gonna lie.
All right.
Something about that.
If you don't like it, then you're not gonna like either of those.
So what on a pizza is like in place of the sauce or like
No,
in
no, no,
addition
no,
to
no.
the sauce? Like,
It's like
actually,
ricotta.
when we go to
oh, okay, so that's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
when we go to the first time I ever had it was in Lawrence, which we're swinging by on our way to Kansas City. But they do a layer of cream cheese on the crust and then sauce over it, and then cheese over that, and then toppings.
That's a
Doesn't
little
do
too
much
much,
for me,
man.
Yeah.
It's really good. I don't know what to tell you. Let's see if I have any
some
other
cream
ones.
cheese.
Yeah, we got time. What else? What else? We got?
I don't know. I feel like you would probably know some of these from me.
Hey, what's y'all favorite condiment?
On like what?
Period.
Can I use hot sauce as a coverall?
That's
for
a sauce. It's a sauce.
Okay, so define condiment.
Ain't a sauce a condiment? The sauce is I would have said yes to hot sauce. If that's your answer, that's a valid answer.
Then I'd say green chili. Like green chili.
Okay.
My answer is syrup.
Bro,
Is
what?
What are we doing?
Is that a condiment? I got into an argument about that. I think it's a condiment. Like, how would it not be a condiment? Like, you put syrup on food like you would a sauce or a condiment, or
What?
like you dip it in
What
stuff like you
foods
would
are you putting this on other than waffles, pancakes, and French toast?
French toast sticks. And hash browns, even with syrup on it, is also fire. Like, syrup is very versatile.
That's
like,
a one meal condiment, bro.
see, no, people like to put syrup in a box, but like it can't be put in a box. G, it's too versatile.
Actually, with one of our new partners, HelloFresh, I had spicy maple chicken the other day that had a little drizzle of maple syrup on it.
God.
That's fire.
Yep.
And then obviously like chicken and waffles, the syrup
Period.
mixing in with that is what makes the whole thing,
No
in my
doubt.
opinion. So
Yeah. Christmas, Jasmine, ideally.
fair enough. Perfect question though in the comments for this conversation said, "What is your favorite Halloween candy?"
Ooh,
I love Kit Kat.
Kit Kats are elite.
Love Kit Kat.
Snickers
Kats
are
are
up
really good.
there.
Yeah.
Are they? Did they make Halloween candies of those nerd gummy clusters yet? Because that would be the
Oh,
answer.
yeah, that'd be a good
so
one.
crazy. I think my favorite are Rolos.
Bro, what?
Bro, is
Yeah.
that the one with the caramel in it?
Yeah, why are you
Bro.
talking like caramel isn't delicious?
Bro. That shit is not good, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Do you not like caramel?
Bro, not really. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh
God.
man.
Bro said
That's
a Rolo.
crazy
I've never heard that before. I respect it, kind of, but
kind of.
An underrated candy though that I
Alyssa?
will throw out.
Reese's.
That's a good one.
Reese's. Big fan of Tootsie Rolls.
I don't know about all that.
bro, that's like when you get Halloween candy. Like that's the one that is like left over. Like
Yeah, I
everybody
know.
just
I
leaves
love it.
because that is just not good.
That means they're mine.
Why
The
am I,
flavored Tootsie Rolls are decent, but like the
Nah.
regular brown chocolate ones or whatever, that's just not good.
why am I blanking on the Coach Primes?
It's now and later.
Yeah,
Now
later.
laters are fire. Yeah.
Those were fire.
Damn, it's a shame we didn't have a Coach Prime press conference this week because we probably got some now and later.
Yeah, it's true. That's crazy that was a year ago. It does not feel like that long ago.
Yeah.
Did he have an epic Halloween presser last year?
Well, he was
No.
asked what his favorite Halloween candy was, and then he goes on talking about now and later, how you
Oh,
have to
okay.
call them now and later.
Facts.
And then he brought them in like the week after Halloween and brought a whole big old bowl of them.
There's no way that Rolos is an old man candy.
Bro, it definitely is, bro.
How?
100%.
Do you like those, like, what are they called? The Weathers?
Werthers?
Like, yeah.
You know what's funny is my only experience with those is like the most stereotypical experience with Werthers, which is that when I would go to church with my grandma,
You've told me this before.
she would like just hand them me to just make me shut up, you know, because I'd be like, when do we go? When do we leave? Why is it taking so long? She would pull them out of her purse and hand me the Werthers.
What's next? Where's Ray and Buel? I don't know. I'm sorry.
Saw him yesterday in the building.
All right.
I mean, yeah, he's with the team.
Yeah, I don't know. Other than that, I don't know what to tell you.
Super chat. Day Trippin says Outland Trophy to the block bully. Would be
So
dope.
best defensive lineman?
It's the best interior lineman overall, both sides.
Both sides. Wow, what a niche award.
Yep.
There's also an award for best former walk-on. It's maybe BJ.
Would BJ Green be
Well, I think
eligible?
it's best walk-on or former walk-on. I can't remember. It'd be kind of weird, like if you earned a scholarship and that disqualified you from the award.
Sorry.
See, you can't come after me for Rolo and then drop Almond Joyous in there.
100%. He can't. I don't think Mars is being for real. He got to be trolling. No way he really means that.
One of the wildest takes we had here was Brandon Spano said his favorite was Mr. Goodbar.
I don't even know what that is.
Isn't that just like a crunch bar?
I don't even know.
I don't know what I've heard it before, but I have no idea what that is.
Shout out to Snickers too. Final super chat from I'm Heaven's Demon. RK, try cream cheese on a waffle with jam or jelly.
With
Cream cheese
jam
would be
or
good on
jelly is
anything.
Crazy.
I'm in.
All right.
Are people against chocolate and caramel? Like, that's a layup.
You're getting called an old man, bro.
I don't even think that's I don't even think that candy's been around long enough for it to be an old man candy.
They're all right. Actually, Milk Duds though.
That's the same thing, but those are just harder.
And neither of them are good.
I'm more on your team now than I thought I was because Milk Duds
Neither
are
of them
incredible.
are good.
Milk Duds I like, but bro, you could get like a jaw cramp trying to munch through those things.
Yeah, all you need is like a small handful.
Even then, like, they better be fresh. But I like Milk Duds too. The only reason why I would pick Rolos over Milk Duds is because it's not as much of a chore to try and eat it.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna Google the history of Rolos.
While you do that, we have a guest tomorrow. Someone that a lot of people have been asking for.
Oh,
a lot of people like.
Oh, yeah.
His name is Ben Finiseth.
Let's go.
Ben Finiseth will be here in the bar doing the show with us tomorrow. Late start tomorrow, so 4:30 Mountain Time tomorrow. Us through with Ben Finiseth.
I'm
Let's
so
get it.
excited, man. This is one. I mean, we've wanted him as a guest ever since we started doing 21. Actually, no. Some of our first interviews ever with the players were like, "Who's the funniest player on the team?"
Yep.
Everyone always says Ben.
Yep.
And he's just a riot.
He is. He's awesome.
By the way, did you see in Well Off
say something
yesterday?
else.
He like slammed someone to the ground, and like I saw from Bucky was on one side of the field, so I saw it from his side. And, like all the offensive players are like, "Man, Ben!" Like, and then you see from the defensive side of the players and defensive side of the field from Darius, and all of those guys are like losing their mind. It's just it's funny like how everyone likes him.
I'm excited for that one.
And then right now, after this show, the chat is getting their wish. 21 questions with the FDP.
Sheesh.
Here we go.
You ready for your moment, Alyssa?
Ready.
Also, Rolos were introduced in 1937. So
Sounds about right.
Old man candy?
I didn't either.
They tell my rollers are giving the AARP new members.
See, but you guys are only pointing out the negative comments. Lots of people have been like,
Yeah, I ain't seen those.
Rolo or fire.
Laura talking about Rolo abuse in the chat.
All right, we're out of here. We got to do this 21 questions. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 4:30 with Ben Finiseth. Let's go Buffs.
Let's go Buffs.
We all silly like the mayor.